But, there's also the real possibility that people just don't like me because, I'm kind of a dick.
He's older now, poor fella. He's like 11. He's got some hip problems. He walks with a limp.
Well, thank you for having me back, even though part of your audience doesn't like it. But,
Dude,
I disagree with the idea of, for example, I've been in Michigan. The unions have a stranglehold. I would rather GM be able to move to Texas or anywhere they want.
Let my people go.
Well, I've been in Michigan. The unions have a stranglehold. I would rather GM be able to move to Texas or anywhere they want.
My people go.
Corporations are people, my friend.
Difficulty with the slaves, my brother.
None that could not be cured by a ration of grain and a day of rest.
A day of rest?
When your horses tire, they're rested. When they hunger, they're fed.
Slaves draw stone and brick.
That's the big point, what you just said, on one side. Because I think you can see the benefits in unions as well. You can see the benefits in protecting wages and making sure that people get insurance and making sure that people live a good life. That, like, if you're going to work for this company, you're going to be well compensated. And there's going to be an agreement between the workers and the people that run the company.
Well, there's a problem with that. And the problem with that is...
But there's not always a problem with that. There's occasionally, sometimes...
No, there's
Okay! Apart from maternity leave, weekends off,
A day of rest?
workers' compensation, fair wages, ending discrimination, ending child labor. What have the unions ever really given us?
Then I realized that was anecdotal. I don't really care much anymore about it. But Chael Sonnen actually would have some stories about his dad being in the plumbers union. He has some stories about that. Vince Vaughn has some funny stories about that. He's told actually when he worked at his dad's paper mill. But to go back to it again, then I realized that was anecdotal. I don't really care much anymore about it. I've only made my living ever off of acting, stand-up comedy, or writing since 18 years old.
Wow. So when you...
This is the only occupation that I know of in the world where you are paid for one service and you expect to be paid for your political points of view. You are paid to act.
I've only made my living ever off of acting, stand-up comedy, or writing since 18 years old.
Wow. So when you...
You're an artist. Why don't you embrace it? You're not a thinker. You're not particularly smart.